we are democratic. That's why we have the right to say these stuffs.
Yeah.
Otherwise, tomorrow.
So kaya boleh ke government pasniu dah gile man tap teh man ka perdana ini dengan bawah-bawah teh.
Close to becoming a superpower or something, all those kind of stuffs. But the thing is, like, if you see the like today's reality, also you'll see every day that still people are winning elections on the name of religion and caste.
Exactly. As of the current events, what do you guys think about democracy? Current events happening right now. Do you think democracy is fair and inclusive as of right now?
I think like the definition of democracy right now in the country, like when you define it, it's like you can't say that it is a democracy, no doubt, but it is like not practicing itself as a true democracy right now, because the enforcement bodies like under the government's control,
Yes.
they have too much, like the legislative body like in our country right now has too much influence
power.
influence of power, even in the judiciary and even in like the executive bodies, right?
Yes.
We can like clearly see, like once before a review is conducted on a convicted person, that person is like totally being encountered, right? He's not even being granted a judicial process of trial, right? So you can't say that in that case that it is totally we are practicing democracy, right?
Exactly.
Ngaklamut magpoy kran sa politics tabangila poy hakapor ba adangim kran mantala nongin kran namar politics kada jing imjongi kipad ba nakataka daw ka demokrasi kala batay lungkot yung bakaday na upay ba jong upay ba but nabantaw upay ba but kala kuntop lang banayang ikata ka free and fair election na manta kano ka party ne nabanta kino kijay bindre hapo kari ka jongi.
Gusto mo ba panganay ka election system apa niya hapo kari jongi minta?
Tadi ka wala ada election dah ka biang ni.
Kabiang.
Oh ka EVM machine no kaya bikin. Katakin siyang government ni kapiyay kung na election commission. Kan jit the quick staff na kuno na ano kan len no system tumay na kuno na kan one biang ka balot. Dak secret balot kuno na.
Gusto mo tadi ada secret balot ka kambiang ne banyak
kaya. Kambiang secret balot eh. Tas kalau suka take time.
Kasi take time ha.
Tanya long man kan fair and square dang la ba take time ya.
Alam mo take time.
Oh dang la ka secret balot itu pada muncul. Dong katulon dong da recom kabiang na.
Correct.
Mereka tu EVM machine pat dak saput.
So what are your thoughts about the electoral process happening in the country right now?
So I believe like this time we have in phases, right?
Yes.
Like first phase, second phase, and all those phases. Then we have to check these things like that there is no imparity and all those stuffs. Like somebody is not like doing some kind of all those kind of stuffs. So yeah, I think the elections are going well, but it's India and politics systems like people like there is like nuisance will always be there.
Yes,
like,
nuisance will always be there.
Always be there. Like in India, the thing is like how much you try to control, there will be some people who will start like doing some kind of stuffs.
Yes, to make it more problematic. What do you think about the current party who's running the government right now?
The state government or
the country, the central government.
So I believe like the central government, like if you see over the years, all the governments have been the same. Like if you give enough time to any government, they'll do the same. But
so as of the current government right now, they are ruling on two terms. Two terms.
More than a decade.
Yes, more than a decade.
Then but if you see the current government, then they have implemented a lot of stuffs that are good. Like various schemes are there, like which are good for the people. But there are a lot of things that are bad too. If you like implement like that may be my personal opinion too. In the entire 10 years, what have they done? But mostly what I believe in terms of elections is that people should not look upon the central government as a whole. So we are supposed to select the correct MP for our state who will represent our state, because the Prime Minister of India is the country. Although he's in the executive body and he has the post, but he's still an MP.
So adang rule Congress kadang biang. Matabat hapor kani BJP mitik tau. Secure suka door jang kabam kali company yang kali katay dia ka tax kala sa papalan. Pek kumangi banyak taksi lo. Ka petrol siya ka apoy. Dan pek ini ba use pahiang ki domestic use. Kung gas dia pinong keresintil niya kalau kumju. Klarem ka punya sarak siapa pelat minta. Hadu bay kini ba use minta ka keresin lah buat ini retailer kena asup ban supply minta. Ban dia.
Kelaki belakang.
Klarem pelan. Kata saya minta ka siapa lagi kalah he pelat. Minta lajir minta kini nomi kemar re ban pe ya kata bikin pe Sulong kat badan kena sentral lang dia. Takut dikuntai.
แต่ไปทั่วพายาเรากันดิเดตวันปานยกโหวตก็จงพีแต่ไปทั่วอุลองเนมตาอุเปรียววันละชัยก็จึงพาบัดก็จึงมันตานำตากรีก็จงอีวันนมดีแล้วก็โหวตนำมาก็ตัวกับภาษากันนุพันธ์พิเศษตาก็โหวตก็ได้ก็จงพีมาเพิ่นโหวตยาเรานมีขมันบันเละนักตาก็จะมันเร็วบันนำตากรีก็จงอี
Do you think like the public are not specific enough to choose their own, representative?
I personally believe that not entire thing, but see, if you see as a country as a whole, you'll see that they mostly follow the crowd
Okay.
in this country. Like,
Yeah.
everyone is educated out here.
Yes,
Every single person. Education is like very easy nowadays because we have means to study. But what people focus on is like studying stuffs, like getting the materialistic education, not the moral and ethical education what you
Exactly.
should have. Some people don't even know who is standing from their constituency,
Alright,
and they just vote
Vote
because.
for anybody, yes.
And that is the ground reality. If you go and check in villages, because I have been to like some places and I have seen like stayed in villages and
Yeah.
all. I have seen that people mostly like they ask also like which symbol to give the vote.
Oh,
That
shit,
actually
that,
most of the population is rural.
Yeah.
They don't care about it.
Right. So like they just look at the symbols and then they just cast the vote on the EVMs. So
which one will look good? That's
yeah,
it.
what
Jing mahakari ko jungi kadang stang badladangi kipay ba ng siyos ngap kan sapoy bangindu yala kari bar kabadihok ka jungi kaya pay bahapor piyatap yala ka vote ba kapoy ni am syakadak ni ka symbol mapitap mapi bar kane kade kapor ka bakadu ka jungi takadaw ya khotlut ki bro ki bomju apoy tap vote makin ni tap yala ka vote ka jungi how candidate uba pi pisngo maula bande namta ka jebun rew ba namta ka ri ka jungi
Isko kamo sa mga demokrasi apa ka dijungi tapi isko makaya bet niya kamo.
Abi hadu mentar dia raso kala flop fe. Amnong syok mensua kan. Pero hapo ka konstitusi ka dan di fundamental right ni tayam. Dan right kami gitu baru kau beradab amen lo dan mentar lalu kau klaim implement na kami aja untuk. Dia pilih nong no don ki ak da delete tu right to property tu bona delete tem nong no. Di maksud senang baduk. Dia man bet ya kata tolong kamta kan. Government kapsi bet dalong bala kum ro. Kalau dim pendunai ka tax. Kanang bagi pai baru kamta kan. Menta ya kapisa atau kanang habang kanang ban kio kapisa menta pada say ka sa tax. Bamodo yo to. Do ada kari India lamun change no sebahal kerteng. Katulong mesti pira change gitu deh. Ke sistem baru kau nyari office kini tayo pihak Cina berapa kau. Tapi Indian Reserve Bank. Pihak Bharat Reserve Bank. Taklah tahap Cina gitu berapa kau. Kepenting papun lah kita.
Kadai.
Tebak bantang nek umju.
Kadai. What do you guys think about CA?
Just to say that everyone knows, but some people may not know. This is an amendment bill. It's like an amendment bill. It's like giving citizenship to the people who have been refugee in the
Different
country.
countries.
Yeah, like from different countries.
countries.
who have eventually
Specifically,
become refugees, right?
they are refugees basically, and they have a country, but some may have, some may don't have.
Yes,
But since because they belong to a specific religion that is belonging to our country, they are like providing it.
It's like they're accepting it.
They're accepting it.
Yeah.
So it is a very. That's the thing. Some things are nobly good, but not practically good.
One more thing, if you like think about it, like those refugees that my friend has just talked about, they are already living in our country, right?
Some of
They
them,
just don't have
Some
a
of them, yeah.
legal document verifying their citizenship. So like one thing that arises, like that should arise in common people's mind, and even the ministers who are involved in implementing the act, that if like this person receives the citizenship, will that person still like have the same standard of living that he's currently living in, and he will just become a vote bank for the like party who
Parties,
granted them citizenship,
Exactly.
or like we are working on making their lives better, you know, like
In the same, they just have an Aadhaar card or like a election card, so they are just a vote bank to the government.
That's no point, right?
and like
making
what
them a
India
citizen.
lacks is, to be honest, like we are saying that we are developing and we are like so close to becoming a superpower or something, all those kind of stuffs. But the thing is, like if you see the like today's reality also, you'll see every day that still people are winning elections on the name of religion and caste.
Exactly.
The country which talks about religion and caste,
that
that's
is the main reason we don't have an opposition in the country right? Yes.
and like religion is a like basic what do you say, that
Main agenda.
main agenda of the government or anything, no, any party. That means, what are you talking about? There are other peoples, you are representing the entire country.
That's what. That's
You're
true.
talking about secularism. Secularism doesn't mean that you should be like, you should not talk about like you should be like everything is equal. No,
yes,
they are
exactly.
different. This thing is like you should respect. You should not talk about it. Actually, it's my personal thing. What I do at home, what I do in my church, what I do in my temple. Right? Depends on like where you stand and where you are.
How you bring up a person, right? It's like that.
Yeah,
the public are the main aspects of the country.
That's true. That's true.
So if they know how to get representative right, I think that they will get it right.
They'll guide. So what we lack is that basic education, like whom to vote. More like India lacks is moral education and ethical education. I personally believe
yeah,
that.
that's true.
Because yeah, we are educated, we are good in science, we are good in what kind of stuffs, we can speak like very well, and we have our thoughts, we have our opinions, and we are democratic. That's why we have the right to say these stuffs.
Yeah.
Otherwise tomorrow so those things we understand, but nobody is going to do that. That's
Exactly.
like some parts of the country they may happen,
They might have that.
but it doesn't happen everywhere.
Yeah.
So the thing is like we have a free speech, and you see, otherwise how will we know, or like yeah, maybe like on a larger scale that people try to cover up things
Yeah.
and like not show it before elections or after elections.
Tapi kalau ngomongnya kan kayak balik ke government pas ni udah gile man tap teh man ka perdana ipni dang bawah teh nei da penilang nei kalau selesai kayak bro
Correct.
bahai kalau tentu genuine malong menjiwa general ba teh nomor ba try nganong no kan Impin tak kini journalist kini kita ki reporter ki media kini kita ya kini ki judge news ki balong agen saya ki government kim ju dalong fluent teh
Katu kadau try dia ban pendu no ke jengkren ki pa ne dia bakim kuat ban peni ne.
lalong no kontak kay la menta teh lalong bakang lat kang lentino yak freedom jong pai ba dah
Mungkin masih tak freedom, imdan sih tak fundamental rights ngi kan.
kapten karai jung ini kamla cuma menta pi apa India jung menta right to religion kaskum katuru kelas tak apa kata kadau kay ngomong pi hapam don su kata ka hok jong pai ba deh kaman to iyo kan.
So what would you like to say to the public?
Just like we have internet now, study, research about things, see what your candidate has done. Now you won't know that how a block or like how a constituency is being managed by a political party, but you can easily search it on the Google, like what they do, what they are supposed to do, because funds are being raised to do stuffs, and
Stuff, yes,
some political parties do, or some MLAs do it, some don't. A very important right that you have. Like so many rights that you have, right to speech, right to these, all those kinds, but right to vote is a very like authentic, and that is the basics of that is the basis of democracy.
Yeah.
If you don't have the right to vote or choose who you represent, democracy doesn't stand anywhere. Democracy starts with voting.
Voting, yeah. You
So
have the
start
right to
with the
express, you
ground
have the right to
things,
express, right?
start with the like very basic things, and then eventually somebody, obviously if everybody selects a very good MLA, you will get a very good chief minister, because the chief minister himself is an MLA.
That's true.
So if every region, irrespective of the caste or religion, or maybe they are distributing money, they think about just because I want to choose the right candidate, eventually you'll get a very good chief minister. And same goes to the prime minister. If you choose a very good MP, you'll have a very good
Prime Minister.
What we can do is like research a little bit about them, and like since we many of us have been living in the state for a very long time, our parents also have seen like the same leaders, so we can like ask them for their opinions regarding the candidate, right? And what works, they think that they have done right and what they have done wrong, and eventually like when you have these rights and wrongs in your head, you can make an opinion of
Differentiate who do you want to vote?
yes, differentiate and cast your vote for the right person eventually.
That's true. Tikay tayo pinong kadwa ban pinsungoy kay pagba jungi.
Ya pai ba juni kalau kum tai kan syong majik start jung pi banjit nong mikman ban nang taro ya pidan ya kahok ban keren ben wajib tiang peni ben namar lara pimne ma pi menta bahajin kan sibjingnya tak tahu ni ben ya long bislur le kahok ben tangat